Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In a previous video I showed you how to make these beautiful puff flowers. Today I'm going to show you an easy way of joining them together. So if you want to learn how, then keep on watching. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so that you'll be notified of my future videos. Okay, so for this project you're going to need two different puff flowers. So as you can see, I have two different colors because I'm going to make a variegated purse. So you do not want to put the two petals directly together. Instead, you want to take one petal from one of the flowers and put it in between two of the other ones. You'll need a yarn needle for this. As you can see, this is a large eye yarn needle, and it's made out of metal, so I don't have to worry about it bending. So you want to take and thread that yarn needle and get it on there. So you want to place the flowers exactly how you want them, then flip it over. Now, if you remember, around the outside of the petals, there is actually some chains. So you want to take and insert your yarn needle through the other petal. And then you're just going to take and just sew across till they're connected, taking one chain at a time. You want to make sure that the chain in the top of one petal is in the center of the valley in your other flower. And you do not need to go all the way around, just the parts where they touch. So basically, when you're doing just two petals like this, then you're really only going to sew a total of 3 petals together. One of the best things about this method is that you do not see the stitches of your sewing on the other side, so it just looks like the flowers are together. So as you can see, you don't see any of those stitches. Just looks like two beautiful flowers sitting together. So then you want to take and go ahead and hide that yarn. So just like we do with every video, we are going to do the Z formation and just lock that yarn in place so that it can't come undone. If the back side of your project looks, I don't want to say crazy, but if it doesn't look perfect, that's totally fine because nobody is going to see it. So, because the only part they're going to be looking at is the pretty side. So then you want to take and pull that string tight, grab your scissors, and then snip that end. And then just fluff the yarn in the back. So as you can see, they are securely joined. And now I'm going to show you if you have a third flower. There you can do different placement. Of course, placement is important before you sew them together. So you could do this and make them into a triangle, or if you wanted to, you could take and move that one and do them just like in a line. It's totally up to you and how you want to do it. But go ahead and figure out how you want to do that placement for that next one. So I zoomed in a little bit to show you a little closer on how to do it. So I decided that I wanted to make a triangle with this one. So once again, you're going to put the yarn through the eye of the needle. And then for this one, I'm just going to take and move that yarn over an entire petal because I'm now going to be going between several different petals here. So that's where I want it, so I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to take and sew through all of the chain stitches on all 3 flowers. You want to make sure that your tail from one of your other flowers doesn't get stuck while you're doing this, or if it does, then it's not that big of a deal to just take and pull it free. So just like before, the point of the petal wants to go into the valley of the other petal, and you just really want to continue like this around. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I just love how versatile these flowers are. You can use them as some sort of like a centerpiece for whatever project you're working on, or they're so easy to sew together. When I first was learning how to do them, I was so worried that it was going to be something too difficult that I wasn't going to be able to do. But it was so easy to learn, and it just took a little bit of practice. And especially if you're familiar with or have sewn crochet projects or just crocheting in general in the past, then it's super easy. You just want to make sure that when you are sewing them together, you want to make sure that all of the backs are on the same side. You don't want to somehow accidentally flip the flower around, because then you'll have to take it out and start again. But now you can see why it's important to leave the long tail at the end of the flower, because otherwise you would have to take and join yarn again, and it was really pointless when you already have the yarn connected and it isn't going to come out anywhere. So as you can see, we have these 3 beautiful flowers. We're just going to once again finish that off by weaving in those ends. So I want to hear from you guys. Go ahead and comment below what is one of the most difficult things that you have encountered while learning to crochet, and something that you want to learn how to crochet. Perhaps it's an afghan, or maybe it's a scarf, but just let me know down in the comments below. So when you're done, just go ahead and pull that tight and snip it off. And you are done. I'll show you some pictures of the front and the back of the finished project. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!